Deep beneath Iceland's frozen heart, a world shimmers in sapphire silence. The Vatnajökull ice caves, shaped by fire and time, echo like a natural cathedral. Every winter, they vanish and are reborn. A miracle carved by melting glacial rivers and volcanic heat. Here, ice becomes architecture. Light filters through centuries of compression, and travelers enter a realm untouched by noise. Vatnajökull is more than a glacier. It's a living collision of Iceland's fiercest elements. Below its icy shell lie active volcanoes like Grimsvötn, breathing warmth that sculpts vast tunnels in frozen silence. This fusion of geothermal energy and sub-zero pressure creates caves that are both fleeting and flawless. A delicate masterpiece crafted by nature's opposing forces. Reaching these caves isn't easy. You'll cross icy plains, crunch through volcanic sand, and ride super jeeps built for the unknown. Clara, like many before her, follows local guides, who read the glacier's mood like a living map. Every twist of the terrain hides new textures, until finally, that glowing crack in the distance. The first glimpse of blue draws a quiet gasp. Inside, everything shifts. Sound dampens, breath lingers in the stillness. Light moves like liquid across walls of ancient ice. Clara touches the cave's surface. It's smoother than glass, older than memory. This is no tourist stop. It's a sanctum, a frozen chapel of time. And as the light changes, the cave becomes a living canvas, painting wonder with every passing second. These caves live only for a season. Each spring, they vanish with the thaw. No 2 years bring the same cave. No 2 explorers see the same hall. Clara knows this beauty is borrowed. A moment on loan from the glacier's slow breath. And maybe that's what makes it sacred. The most unforgettable wonders are the ones that don't wait. Local guides are the silent guardians of these caves, trained in glacier safety, weather signs, and instinct. They don't just lead. They listen to the ice, read its cracks, and know when beauty turns into danger. Clara's guide, John, has walked this glacier for decades. To him, each creek is a whisper, each draft a signal. He calls it living snow architecture. And he means every word. Light inside an ice cave isn't just illumination. It's breath, motion, and spirit. The deeper Clara walks, the more it changes, from electric blue to deep indigo. No artificial light can replicate this living glow. Even the air feels sacred here, filtered by centuries of frozen silence. She pauses, camera in hand. But for once, no lens can capture what her heart already holds. But beauty hides danger. Ice shifts without warning. A pop, a crack, a tremble beneath the boots. John suddenly stops. His hand signals silence. Above them, snow particles fall like a warning. Clara freezes. Not with cold, but with knowing. Every cave is temporary. And sometimes, the mountain speaks too loudly to ignore. Minutes pass. Then silence returns. The cave breathes again. A slow exhale of cold air brushing Clara's cheek. John nods it's safe, for now. It's a strange intimacy. Standing inside something alive and ancient. She exhales slowly too, as if syncing her rhythm to the glacier's own. A moment of mutual trust between human and earth. The final chamber is unlike anything before. An oval room of deep blue, like stepping into the heart of a gemstone. Reflections dance across every inch, and silence turns musical. Clara stands in the center, surrounded by light, frozen waves, and time itself. It's not a destination, she thinks. It's a privilege. A place you don't conquer, only witness. Every layer of this ice holds memory. Storms, eruptions, centuries of silence. Clara places her palm on the wall, wondering what stories lie frozen just inches away. This isn't just frozen water. It's the archive of Earth's breath. She whispers softly, as if not to disturb the past. Here, even stillness feels alive, and time moves without urgency. Clara speaks aloud for the first time. Her voice echoes back, softened, slowed. In this cavern, every word lingers like breath. She realizes, no matter how quiet, we all leave something behind. A sound, a print, a pause in the cold. And in that fragile echo, she hears both the humility of humans and the patience of the glacier. Stillness here is deceptive. Beneath Clara's feet, rivers carve new paths, reshaping the cathedral one drip at a time. Every second, water moves, even if you cannot see it. The cave feels eternal, but it's changing even now, becoming something else, moment by quiet moment. Beauty, she realizes, isn't always in what lasts, but in what's quietly becoming. Silence becomes a companion. Clara no longer fills it. She listens. Each second, without noise, feels more profound than words. In this cathedral of ice, silence doesn't feel empty. It feels sacred. And in this stillness, she finds something unexpected. Herself, reflected in blue. When Clara steps outside, the light feels warmer, the air louder. The world hasn't changed, but she has. That cathedral of blue still echoes inside her, not as a memory, but as a shift. Vatnajökull gave her no souvenirs, only perspective. And sometimes, the most unforgettable journeys are the ones that bring you back to yourself. Vatnajökull is shrinking. Each year, meters of ice melt away, faster than nature can rebuild. What Clara saw today may not exist next winter. Scientists call it retreat. Locals call it loss. The ice caves are a marvel, but they are also a warning. A whisper from Earth saying, I am changing. Are you listening? Beneath every icy cathedral, a battle of chemistry and temperature unfolds. Meltwater shapes new roots. Sunlight softens the upper crust, while freezing temperatures try to preserve the art. Clara watches scientists test the cave's thickness, drill cores, analyze data. Beauty here isn't just visual. It's measurable. It's physics, geology, and time, woven into translucent blue. In nearby Hoffen, Clara meets Haken, a retired glacier guide. He speaks of winters when the ice sang, when caves stretched for miles. Now, he says, some vanish before the season ends. He doesn't mourn the change with anger, but with reverence. Nature always changes, he tells her, but we forget that we are part of it too. The glaciers don't scream. They whisper their disappearance through shorter winters, unstable caverns, and thinning blue. Vatnajökull isn't just melting. It's weeping in silence. For Clara, this journey is no longer just exploration. It's witnessing erosion in real time. A disappearing wonder that leaves behind more questions than footprints. Before leaving, Clara takes one last look. Not for photos, but to remember what still remains. The ice doesn't beg for attention. It simply exists. Until it doesn't. She realizes, preserving places like this starts with witnessing them, not owning them. Vatnajökull spoke in silence. Now it's her turn to echo that truth before it melts away. Back in Reykjavik, the rhythm of city life returns, but Clara feels slower. The caves still echo in her mind, not as sound, but sensation. Each honk, each footstep on pavement feels louder than before. She closes her eyes, and there it is again. Blue light, frozen breath. A silence that changed her. There's a weight to seeing something rare. It humbles you. Clara doesn't post photos right away. She sits with them, because this wasn't just a destination. It was a message, a fragile wonder, wrapped in silence and science. And now it's her burden, not to carry, but to share, gently, truthfully. Most travelers come for the glow, but few notice the cracks, the broken ice at the edges, the puddles forming beneath beauty. Clara remembers them. The unseen stories of decay are just as powerful as the stunning shots. And in remembering, she honors the full truth, not just the picturesque postcard, but the melting edge of awe. Some places live in us forever, not because of grandeur, but because of quiet impact. Clara may never return to that exact cave. It may not exist again, but she carries its imprint. A moment where nature whispered, and she listened. That kind of memory doesn't dim over time. It deepens. Clara no longer chases landscapes. She seeks connection. Vatnajökull didn't just show her beauty. It revealed what's fleeting, what matters. We all have an ice cathedral within us, a place of stillness, fragility, awe, and maybe, by protecting the world outside, we protect that sacred place inside, too. To witness a vanishing world is not enough. We must act. Clara knows her journey means little if it ends in silence. So she speaks. At schools, online, in quiet conversations. Not with fear, but with reverence. Because awe without action is just passing emotion. And this frozen cathedral deserves more than memory. Vatnajökull's caves aren't made for permanence, but their message is. Each layer of ice is a chapter, not just of climate, but of carelessness and wonder. Clara looks again at the photos, sees not just blue, but history frozen in beauty. We don't protect what we don't understand, and these caves speak clearer than any words ever could. To the next traveler who steps into the blue, pause. Don't just take the photo. Feel the cold in your lungs. Listen for the drip, the whisper, the slow shifting breath of the cave. Because someday, someone may stand where you do and find only stone. Let your memory become a vow to protect what you witness. Some blues never fade, not because they're permanent, but because they're felt. Vatnajökull carved that color into Clara, not on her camera roll, but in her breath. Every time she sees frost, hears silence, or steps into stillness, it returns. The color of awe, the texture of time, the echo of something greater. The cave is gone now, melted into rivers, evaporated into sky. But Clara's journey didn't end in ice. It began there, in that sacred blue silence. She heard a call, not just to remember, but to become a witness with purpose. And maybe the most beautiful places aren't the ones we visit, but the ones that awaken something within. You don't need to stand beneath a glacier to feel what Clara felt. Wonder is waiting in forests, oceans, skies, where silence still speaks. But these places need more than admiration. They need guardians, viewers, listeners, people who turn beauty into action. So if this story moved you, don't scroll past it. Share it. Speak it. Let awe become your starting point. Some things won't wait. Not glaciers. Not ecosystems. Not the chance to care while there's still time. This ice cathedral may vanish, but its message can remain if you carry it forward. Subscribe for more stories like Clara's. Share this video with someone who needs to feel again. Because the world isn't short on beauty, only on those willing to protect it.